people should pay taxes, but like if we have some kind of futuristic government where just like they're in charge of like your fucking income and the taxes come out automatically and just
Oh, you mean like if the Democrats win in 2 years?
Oh my God. There are many topics and concepts we are all familiar with, but aren't exactly sure how they work. Each week, Alan Fitzgerald and I choose a topic and try our best to explain it. This is Explaining Things. Welcome back to another episode of Explaining Things. As always, I'm your host, Jonathan Tilsworth, my co-host, Alan Fitzgerald. Mm-hmm. How can one avoid paying taxes? Should they?
Should they or how can they?
I'm asking both. Yeah,
Al?
I don't want to get moral on here.
Hey, man, look, if you're only making a certain amount of money, is it wrong to steal bread if you have to eat? You know what I'm saying?
And this is just a...
Like if you're making 32 grand a year...
Oh, my God.
And the government wants, say, 7,000 of it?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't blame a guy. Now, what Google does, and Apple does, and Amazon does...
That's different.
That's a little different.
So you think they should pay taxes?
Yeah.
I think that's un-American.
I think they should pay taxes.
They're job creators. What don't you understand about that?
Okay, all right. That's fair, now that I think about it. Now that you got me there. That's the first time I watch Hannity.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he's making good points.
You're just like the guy at like 26 who's paid zero attention to politics, and then you turn on Fox News once, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, you get your first real paycheck, and you're like, what the fuck? Why are you taking money from me?
I'm just a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. You just took a quarter of my paycheck.
Let me get this straight. I collect unemployment and welfare for 6 years. Then I get a job and you start taking my money? This is bullshit.
What is this?
What the fuck?
This isn't what the forefathers intended.
Manual labor is a great way to not pay taxes. If you're a contractor,
you work the books?
Yeah. Be like, hey, listen, tell you what, I'll take $500 off if you pay me cash.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, cash only, and like if you're a waiter and you make 22% tips, you're only fucking claiming 14%.
Yeah. You're putting your taxes. I live in a half black, half Jewish neighborhood.
Or let's just say you're a comic who gets paid mostly in cash and Venmos.
Shut your fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Shut up now.
Shut the fuck up.
So, should you pay taxes?
I mean...
You're saying basically if you're broke, fuck that. If you have money, pay taxes.
Yeah.
What kind of socialist bullshit is this?
I know. No, I think you should tax poor people, but if you can get away with not paying taxes and you're poor, good for you.
Yeah, certainly. It is a challenge you should try.
If you really can't get away with not paying taxes, either A, you already have them taken out of your check, or B, you've got like, it's just obvious, you've got a BMW. You know, another good way to not pay taxes is charity.
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 Yeah. Do you think some people, and the answer is yes, do you think some people
1,000%.
siphon through a charity?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think Clinton and Bill Gates have been doing that for years.
Oh.
So that's a good way to do it, right? You don't have to pay, you won't pay taxes if you have a charity that you're fucking over.
Now, the people with a great gig, and the downside of the gig is you can go to prison for a long time, is a drug dealer. Because you're paying zero taxes.
Zero.
You're paying zero taxes, and if you get big enough, you're fucking making some dough.
Here's the thing, if you're a drug dealer, though, you kind of want to pay taxes.
Because otherwise it looks like...
Yeah.
Well, if you're a big enough drug dealer, hopefully you have a laundromat or something that you can fucking, what's the fucking word?
That's got to be the most obvious way to launder money. Like, just like, hey, FBI, I brought a laundromat.
Yeah.
A laundromat that makes $8 million a year.
It is a cliche. It is a cliche. That is almost just like a fucking Indian guy with a Quickie Mart. It's just like, all right. Or a Chinese person with a laundromat. Mm-hmm. Chinese drug dealer, he's got it made. The fucking laundromat, they don't even question it.
Yeah, it's like, it's actually all checks out.
Oh, he inherited that? Mm-hmm. And he drives a Ferrari with fucking flames on the sides? They charge $6 a wash. It checks out.
If you're doing illegal shit, you don't have to pay taxes, which is pretty clutch.
That's great.
And, you also, if you have no money in the books, you get to collect welfare on top of that. Can you imagine that? Instead of paying taxes, government's paying you. Meanwhile, you are selling fentanyl to the public.
You're fucking slinging. I mean, the goal is to be like the Gustavo Fring, kind of like a respectable drug dealer, like a pillar of the community. You know,
yes.
that kind of guy.
But you have to pay taxes for that guy.
Yeah, you do.
You know, the best is if you just act like you're a homeless guy all day and you just act crazy. You're just in the street going beep boop da bop bow, and
With
people
a
like
coffee cup in your hand.
yeah, and then people are like, my God, poor guy. But meanwhile, you're slinging dope in the night.
That brings us to our next topic. Tax the homeless.
Yes.
All right? Tax them.
Sorry, did we say tax? We meant beat.
Beat
the homeless.
Beat the homeless until they give their 20%. I love a slimy accountant.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of like lawyers are scum, but when it comes to like fucking tax day, doing your taxes, an accountant, if you can find a real slime ball
Yeah.
that like understands the tax code, oh boy,
Yeah.
you love that.
If you are a lawyer for Apple and you can sell them, hey, really quickly, how would you like to pay no taxes? He can basically charge whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, they have a fucking team. There's a team of lawyers. That's how important this is.
An elite level.
A team of accountants and lawyers that understand the ins and outs. And this is the best that money can buy.
Yeah.
And it's 20 of them. And they fucking talk and they're just like, we found this fucking loophole where we think you can pay 0 taxes next year.
We took an $8 billion last year. How's that possible?
Yeah, but are they going to change the law? We got lobbyists, all right?
Yeah.
It's going to take years to change the law. This feels wrong. It is wrong.
It is wrong.
It is wrong.
It is
but you know
wrong.
what isn't wrong? $45 billion.
Yeah, all we have to do is rent a fucking building in some island and say it's another business for us.
That's right. There's nothing in it.
There's nothing in it.
There's nothing in it. I think
Nothing.
the homeless run a whorehouse out of the basement.
Who gives a shit?
It's not ours, all right? It doesn't matter.
If anyone asks, that's your whorehouse.
That is your
And you've
whorehouse.
been in the red for a long time.
It's legal there, okay? It's legal.
Yeah, and you just can't figure out the whorehouse business.
Yeah.
For some reason, you can make cell phones,
It's
no
above
problem.
you. Yeah,
But whorehouses, you just can't figure it out.
that's right. And
Tough
also,
nut to crack.
and also on the side, we know that you have that 28 chain strip club franchise. Very lucrative. But whorehouses, that's different. That's a tougher product to sell.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Strippers that suck your dick. How are we going to get that off the ground? Strippers, you know, are not paying they are paying way less than they're making.
Oh, of course.
Because they're making everything in cash.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, you know.
You try to give a stripper a check, she won't take it.
She's like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I'm making it rain.
Check.
Just $1 cent
$1
check.
checks.
Yeah, exactly.
$1 checks. Don't use it all at once, Candy.
There's jobs, right? Stripper, waiter, contractor.
I feel like if you're a business owner and like, you know, those of us that have jobs where you just get a fucking check and tax are taken out of it, that's one thing. If you're a business owner and you're actually working your books and doing all this stuff, it's almost like it's almost understood your job is to try to get away with as much as you can, and the IRS's job is to police it.
Yeah.
But like that's
like that scene in
that's
Heat.
the push-pull.
My job is to take down scores. Your job is to stop people like me. It's kind of like that.
Exactly. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's exactly like that. Robin Hood. I think that's how every guy who doesn't pay his taxes thinks of himself. Fucking Robin Hood. Yeah. I can't pay my taxes because I spent it all on hookers and blow. I'm like Robin Hood.
You can't write off hookers and blow? I'm in Nevada, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
You should be able to write off hookers and blow. That's probably how most good deals get done.
I thought of that in Vegas when I was like, this is legal. Why couldn't I just fucking like write this off as entertainment? Bring like fucking two clients out to a whorehouse. Yeah. Listen, it was a bukkake party. It was a one-girl bukkake party. I did not splurge.
Those two guys splurged, though.
They splurged.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then I splurged too. I can't splurge till they splurge. It's like puke. Dick barf.
We're calling cum Dick Barf.
Yeah. Episode 107, Dick Barf.
Do you guys call it cum or Dick Barf?
Just asking. I knew my grandmother made up that term. Must be something from the old days. Well, you know, ever since your grandpa Dick barfed inside me. We had a beautiful daughter, and that daughter grew up to be your mother. And your dad Dick barfed in her. And that's the circle of life.
All right, we got to move past Dick Barf. It's gonna be hard.
Dick barf.
We got to figure it out.
All right, get the dick barf out of your system. All right. Now here's the question.
Yes.
Is taxation theft?
No.
No?
No.
It's something a society needs.
Yeah, schools are theft.
Roads are theft. Police and garbage men are theft.
I think to a point, yeah. Depends where you fall in the political spectrum.
Well, there's just no doubt that there is a government that is just completely inept, and they're just using your money fucking terribly.
Yeah.
There are, of course, examples of this. I never know when to believe it or not because it just depends on what part of the election cycle you're in and who you're rooting for. They're just like, oh, they've been there for 3 years and they haven't done anything with their tax money. It's like, I have no idea. But I can envision a real version of that.
Yeah. This could turn into just our political preferences here. Like, well, I don't know. You know, I believe
I'm an anarchist.
Yeah. Taxation is not quite theft.
No, it's not theft.
It's not quite. It can be if it's bullshit. Here's the thing. Even if you're taxing someone and it doesn't work, that's technically not theft because, you know, you're trying for something good and people voted and agreed on it.
It is agreed upon.
Yeah. Like maybe it's a dumb idea and the program doesn't work.
Yeah. Teaching retarded children? What do you, like, you need money for that? When you get taxed on land and shit, that's where it starts to feel like when it gets like un-American, when it is like Yellowstone, and it's like, no, government housing's gonna go here. We need part of your land. We're building a railroad through this land.
No, just saying like, hey, whatever your land is worth, a certain percentage of that goes to us. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
It's like, this is paid off. I just inherited it from my father.
No, well, it's still American land, so...
It's American land. Yeah, that's right. You know, we killed those Native Americans fair and square on this land, all right? It was ours. And it still is, by God.
Yeah, it was ours too, technically. Beforehand, because of some sort of destiny. I forget how it manifested, but that's not important. Okay, so taxation is not theft, technically.
It's not theft. There are some jobs that are better to fucking waiter, stripper, just cash industries. These are best for not paying taxes. Now, if you are, or if you're just a gazillionaire, you can work your way around. You know, if you're a Fortune, 500 company, you can shift stuff around. You have resources.
Yeah.
If you're
you
Mr.
just have one failing business you can't figure out, and that's usually how it works.
Yeah, and you know what? If worse comes to worse, and you have kind of like a Waco, Texas style shootout with the police, when they try to come for you, that's pretty American right there.
Yeah.
You will be a hero to many people. I'm not saying they're the people you want to be a hero to.
A lot of folks in Arkansas and South Carolina.
Oh, they might have a fucking day for you.
There it is, people.
All right, guys. Pay your taxes. Bye.